Hello. I'm back on my balcony rambling about things. And it was a little bit fresher than this morning when I talked about Marshall, so I thought I'm gonna wear my hoodie from Mr. Gugu. Mr. Gugu now has hoodies. This is marketing. I get the shirts. I wear the shirts. I look like an idiot and I don't pay for them. And you see them and that's marketing. And if you want to now, you can buy an hoodie. And then you're gonna look like a total idiot like this. But come on, there are ducks on there. That is cool. So today we're talking about the stuff that you never saw on the channel. I don't know what I want to call this. It's not bad brand because they're not bad brands. But you guys really have to know, not you guys, some of you guys. Someone said, you're talking to everyone and we're insulted. If you feel I'm addressing you, then please feel addressed. If you feel that you're not guilty of this, please do not feel addressed. When people call me, well, it's just marketing, and you're paid chill, and you will say anything to sell a product. It's so weird because, it doesn't really matter what I say. You can always buy a product and send it back. But other than that, you actually are hearing it. So the only dishonesty would be, for example, if I used a different amplifier than I'm actually showing you, I used a much better amplifier and you're hearing those sounds while I'm actually showing you an amp that sounds like shit. That would be lying, right? That would be dishonest. With the pedals, same thing. You're hearing the sounds. And as long as those sounds aren't massively EQ'd or altered, it doesn't matter what I say because you heard it and you judged it. Now, with a guitar, it's different because it's how it feels. And if I find any inconsistencies in the build, or I find some glue or some cracks or whatever, and I'm not mentioning those, that would be dishonest. So with the guitar, it's really, I have to give you my experience of playing it and what does it feel like and am I comfortable on it. There I could omit, I actually really had trouble setting it up, or I don't feel comfortable on it, and I could try to smile while I'm not comfortable on it. However, I'm not doing that. So my point is those paid chill comments, they do sting. Oh, it's just marketing, I turn it off. And if you're paid, you can't be 100% honest. So I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what my honesty has brought me. I'm hoping that my honesty has brought me your trust and that a lot of you come to the channel because they are getting all the information. It's not just honesty, it's all the information. It's going a little bit deeper. It's me probing the company for some questions that I had and finding out why doesn't it have a stereo input and all these things and why not MIDI and what was the thinking behind it. And then if I find that their reasoning is correct, then I'm going to tell you their reasoning. If I find it still stupid, I'm going to tell you it's still stupid. So, but my honesty has brought me, hopefully your trust, but it also has brought me less income. And it really stings when I refuse to do a product and then I see other influencers doing it by the dozens, saying great things about it. And I know that the thing has issues, but I cannot go on this channel and make a video saying this guy and this guy, this guy, they lied to you. Because a lot of these guys are much bigger than I am. And they have trusted and beautiful followers. And it would destroy my channel if I reveal such things. So I will stay quiet and I will quietly refuse to do the product. But oftentimes refusing to do a product is not all. It means then the company wants to know, why aren't you doing it? So I'm talking to them and I'm making little videos showing the issues, and it goes back and forth. And you won't believe, or the clickbait title, you won't believe the hours and hours that go into these things. And also you won't believe how some R&D departments of bigger companies completely miss broken products. Okay? Now, I'll mention some things here. Okay? For example, and some things that go rocky and then they got fixed again. For example, let's take the Laney LA, I think 3BL or LA Studio. It's a 3-watt version of the LA30BL amp with a built-in 2 notes. And it's good. It's a good amp. 3 watts, it is made for the studio. It's got the 2 notes out, but I mentioned that the little volume knob in the back is a very tiny little pot. Why is it so small? And it's coming through a hole in the chassis, and it's not fixed to the chassis. It's on the PCB, and when you're wiggling it around, you're literally ripping on the PCB. And I said, I don't like that. And the rest of the reviews are positive, but they really got hung up on that little thing. And that almost destroyed my relationship with Laney. I did get paid for the video, I think, yep. But it made my relationship with the rep, who was a very good friend of mine, rocky for a while. And I did not, after that, get any Laney products to review. The thing is, I was completely right, because they contacted me and said, we talked to our company in China, and they're now actually fixing that, and it's now improved. So if I point something out that they then admit to themselves could have been better, they're making it better, I'm still the bad guy that doesn't get more jobs. It's all been fixed. We're friends. I'm going to work with Laney. They're coming to Gear Street. It's a beautiful relationship now. But why did it have to go through those stages? I wonder. But again, it always comes down to people. It might have been someone at Laney, a single person that communicated with me, and everyone else was totally fine with it. Everyone else, loves Henning, but that one person didn't. Who knows? Let's go into, I'm going to say it. I've done quite a few things for Fender. Early on, there was a problem with the German marketing team that kind of wanted to put words in my mouth, and I didn't like that. So I didn't work with Fender. Things changed in management, and I worked with a great guy at Fender, great guy, who is now at Fender Brands, so EVH and Jackson. But while we worked together, it was great. Then he moved on, and again, it's all about people. So relationship with the new guy, good guy, really only kind of email communication, all that. But they make good stuff. Let's be honest. They make other companies at similar price points make equally good stuff. But Fender doesn't do shit. Very clear. But they're a huge company, and they did miscalculate a bit during COVID, I think. And they had a lot of guitars produced because they had the best time ever during COVID because many people started playing guitar. Now, that's totally fine. But because they have relationships with a lot of dealers, what happened was they had too many guitars. They had way too many guitars produced, and all of a sudden, bam, there was a dip in the market. And what they did is they went to their dealer and saying, look, you're going to buy all these guitars now. You're going to stock Fender like crazy. Or you're going to lose the Fender deal. Now, for a lot of dealers, if people walk in and they don't find Fender, that's a disappointment and people walk out. So Fender has the thumb on these shops, especially little shops. So these little shops were kind of forced to buy the guitars, even though they already had commitments to other brands to buy their amps, their pedals, and whatever. So those deals fell through, and these brands were told, we can't buy the amps we just bought, we ordered. We can't buy the pedals we ordered. We can't do any of that because we have to pay for these Fender guitars that we never wanted. So Fender did really impact the market. They screwed over a lot of little brands that had deals fall through because of that. But okay, that's business. But because they had so many guitars, they said, we don't need to make more guitars. And in the Corona factory, they fired 300 people, kind of overnight, out of nowhere. People that have been there for a long time, and 300 people on the street because Fender miscalculated a bit. The thing is, what I don't understand, with their massive success during COVID, with them not going to NAMM, which saves them millions because NAMM costs them literally millions, with them having the best period, financially speaking, ever in their history. They could have easily pulled those people through. If they had wanted, because of the goodness of their heart, which isn't American business, I get that, they could have easily pulled those workers through the couple of months where they were sitting on all these guitars. Or maybe have them work part-time, but not put them out on the street. If I understand correctly, later they rehired some of those people. But with me knowing that, I wasn't comfortable reviewing the vintage 53, 51, whatever tally that they sent to me, and they paid for my videos, they gave me the guitar, absolutely great working with them. But I called up my guy at Fender and said, look, I don't feel comfortable promoting this instrument when my viewers have access to the information that you guys put 300 people on the street. That makes me look like someone who's supporting this kind of action. So I said, all I want to do is mention that I know about this and appeal to people's ethics. So I reviewed the guitar. It's a great guitar. Sounds good. And I said at the end, I just want you guys to know that Fender fired 300 people overnight. Please look up online why and make a decision whether or not you want to buy from a company that does that or not. Now, of course, if I was Fender, I'd be furious. I did tell the guy that I have to say this for my ethics and to let you guys know that, I'm not just bought. And obviously, it's completely in Fender's right and obviously also best marketing practices to not work with me, because I was someone who criticized their business rather harshly. Well, I don't know. I just mentioned it, okay? But the point is, I criticized them in a video that they paid for. And the result is they don't want to work with me anymore. Nobody there's talking to me, didn't do a tone master, didn't do anything after that. Literally communication ceased. I've been writing emails. Nobody talks to me anymore, which is completely in their right. Absolutely, Fender, you are fully in your, that's your right to not talk to me. All I'm saying is, because I felt it was my responsibility to mention that, so I don't look like a paid shill that works for a company that does that, even though I was working for a company that does that, it did hurt my business quite a bit, because the few Fender videos that I was doing throughout the year are now not being commissioned. That's all I'm saying. Leslie?
Huh?
You know I'm recording a video, right?
Yeah, why are you doing it outside?
She's mowing the lawn while she was here setting up the video.
Dann mach hin, es regnet bald.
Well, go mow the lawn. I'll just have the mower in the back. So, what else? Guitars. Do you know how many times I had to refuse high-end guitars because I didn't think they were worthy of presenting them to you? So, when I take a high-end guitar in as a trade for a video, the deal often is I don't get paid for the videos, the guitar is mine to keep, but also it stays in videos to be shown to you on a regular basis and be used for amp reviews or pedals or whatever, wherever I see fit. Now, the problem with that is it needs to be a guitar that I actually really want to show to you, and a guitar that I stand behind. I remember Thomann once sent me the Relish guitars from Switzerland. Loads of money went into there from the Swiss government for grants and whatever. Relish is now dead, so I can absolutely talk about that. And the guitars were complete crap. They were so bad, I recorded with them and they wouldn't come out of the mix. $5,000. Simple tuners, not locking tuners. Simple necks, nothing fancy about them. Aluminium construction, weird touch thing where you couldn't change the pickups. Just the dumbassest ideas. A 3-wood sandwich guitar where the sandwich pieces were connected with rubber washers that literally halted resonance and vibration. The dumbest shit, and they were horrible. And I said to Thomann, I have to send these back. I cannot take your money for the video because these are not good. So I sent them back. 2-3 years later, Relish started sending these guitars to a lot of high-end YouTubers, YouTubers with a lot more subs than I have, and these people showed them. And I was thinking, what's going on? Because these are so bad. These are so bad, I could do nothing for them. But maybe that's just me. And then they contacted me. And instead of saying, yeah, sure, send me a 5,000 euro guitar, I keep it, I show it in 5 videos, and then I sell it, I made 4,000 bucks. I didn't feel comfortable with that. I am honest with the company when it comes to that. And I told them straight out, I said, I think your guitars are horrible because of these and these and these reasons. But if you think you've improved things, send me one, we'll look. I look at it, and if I still don't like it, I'll send it back. Well, obviously after that conversation, nothing ever happened. But the point is, I didn't just say, you want to send me something, knowing how bad it is, knowing how much I could get for it. No, I told them straight out, I don't think your guitars are very good. Please, let's talk about it. In the same way, I had guitars from an incredibly high-end boutique builder. The guy sells guitars for 40,000 and more. This is like one of the super, super high boutique builders and slash art. You guess whoever it is, whatever. And he sent me five or six guitars. He had like a lower end range starting at 4,000 or whatever. And I was allowed to pick one and then keep it for showing them in videos on a regular basis. And I was like, these are not good. This is on the level of 150 euro Harley Benton, if anything. I could not, with good conscience, present these guitars to you and then knowing one of you would buy them because I recommended it. So again, I refused to get for some people, financially speaking, dream guitar in a very, very, very high-end price range because I didn't feel it was right to present them and market them. I didn't think they were good enough. It happens. But it really stings when I'm then being called out for, you're just a paid shill, you're just of course I do marketing. Of course these videos are advertising. But we live in this great time where it is honest advertising, where it's advertising where I choose how and what I advertise. And the brand has no say in it. And I only advertise what I actually think is valuable to advertise to you, what I want you to buy and what I think you'll be happy with. How is this bad? How is this being a paid shill? I don't understand. Anyway, you can see that I'm really, really ticked off by this. And not just me, we all are. Okay? We all work so hard. And you know what? My friends on YouTube, and I know who I'm thinking of, you can try to guess who I'm thinking of. I know who's honest. This guy, for example, right here, who's binging me the whole freaking time, is honest. And so are a bunch of others. We do this. We send things back because we're saying, look, this is not for my audience. Or, thank you, I really like the instrument, but I don't think my audience would enjoy this. Or, I don't think it's good enough. And this, I don't think it's good enough, will result in days and days of conversations with people on the phone, and then the marketing guy, and then the actual designer. And then in the end, what do I have from it? Nothing. I don't get paid. I don't get the product. I don't get compensated for anything, but this is part of the job. Now, there's another builder who makes custom-built Strat-style guitars, starting at around 3,000 euro. So it would be a good trade. If I got one of those guitars, I liked it, I'll play that Strat-style guitar on my channel, and I'll play it for a year or two, and then sell it for 2,000 bucks. Hey, I got paid, okay? Yet, he sends me something, sends me a tally, and I did think I was being pranked. It had a very nice top, purple guitar, really nice, but everything else was so incredibly bad that I was actually thinking that someone was trying to prank me or test me by saying, look, will you review this guitar? It is 3,000. We will pay you for the video. And they actually ordered something from China for dirt cheap and saw or tested if I was going to be honest or not. These things happen. But so I called him up. I said, are you trying to prank me? Are you testing me? Because 3,000 bucks, cheap tuners, bad tuners, simple neck that looks like it came off a, cheap-ass Ibanez or something. the bridge, on the telly bridge, the 3 screws going through the saddles were coming above the strings. So when you were palm muting, you were literally scratching up your hand. Everything about it, the tone, everything about it was bad. So he said, oh no, thank you for your feedback. He was really, really, really positive about it. Thank you for your feedback. I will do better. So I think a year passes. He builds more guitars. He built one specifically for me, a 3 single coil Strat. Sends me 2 of his guitars, one aged, one not. And the same thing again. I said, what? This is a 3-piece uneven body. You're using like scrap wood here on a boutique handmade guitar in Europe, $3,000. That makes getting stuff on LinkedIn might be a response to my Marshall video. It makes no sense. And we had a phone conversation. And again, I get the guitars, I unbox them, I test them, I play them, I talk to the guy, the guitars go back for the second time. By now, I have nothing. Nothing to keep, nothing to show, nothing for a video. But again, it's what I do. The guy's nice. We talk about it. He's doing another guitar. I'm giving him ideas for inlays and stuff, and really friendly and not mad about me refusing the guitars. And then he shows me a guitar, super beautiful, really cool color. We meet at a trade show. I play the guitar and I tell him, look, if I knew nothing about this, I would think this is like a, you know, like maybe a jet guitar or something really low end, $300. It looks nice, but it's something from, China or something, because it didn't play right, it didn't sound right, it didn't feel right. It felt like a cheap guitar. And he's a super nice guy. I love the guy. I will continue to give him my opinions, but I refuse the guitar because I don't feel it's right to show products that I cannot get behind. My whole point of this being that it just really stings when you say some of you, the very, very, very small majority, thinks that I'm not honest. I could have kept all of this. It's one more thing. The biggest thing, there's many things where this happens, but the biggest thing, for example, was there was a small practice amp, battery powered, Bluetooth, great sounds. It's a very, very big product, sold by the tens of thousands. Had already been pre-sale units had already been reviewed on bigger channels. And I get this, and I'm setting up the whole video, loads of cameras and mics and all that. And then I'm feeling like, wait a second, what's going on here? There's a weird kind of resonant, fuzzy clipping going on. And I'm taking it apart. I'm trying to find out if it's the speaker. I'm talking to the guy from the company, and he pretends he has no idea. I'm sending him little videos. He's like, oh, that must be that model. So, okay. So I take the whole setup down. They sent me another one. It does the same thing. He's like, oh, they're the pre-production models for the influencers. The users are getting something else. I go to my friend who already ordered one. He already got it. He's a customer. He sends me his. Same thing. Same thing. So, I was lied to. There was an issue. There was an issue with digital limiting. Every single amp had that. It was an easy software fix. They knew it now. Nobody in their company, in R&D, in testing, in marketing, nobody figured it out. All amps had it. It was pretty bad. Once you knew what to listen to, it was very obvious. But here's my dilemma. I couldn't make a video about it. It would burn the bridge with the company for sure, which is now burned anyway. They don't even talk to me anymore, even though they said that me finding this issue and communicating it to them had no bearing. They actually really appreciated what I did and helped to make the product better. They don't even talk to me anymore. But I didn't want to burn the bridge with the company. I wanted to help them make the product better. Several other big YouTubers had already reviewed this and said, it's great. Me making a video saying there's an issue on all of them and why didn't they hear it is bad for me. Because the fans of those channels and those channels would have destroyed me. It won a NAMM award. Do I want to go to war with NAMM? Because they clearly fucking never listened to it. They didn't evaluate the product that was factually unusable at this point because it literally just made a fuzzy sound when you went past noon on the volume. And it wasn't very loud to begin with. So, do I want to go to war with them? Really big channels? And this company? Do I want to go to war with Steve Vai, who had it behind stage and also didn't hear it? No. No. So I said, I will not review this. I did ask them to pay me for my consulting time because I did spend quite a bit of time talking to them, and then I kept asking, when's the update? When's the update? And it really pissed me off because it took them 6 months to roll up a very simple update where you change 3 parameters in a digital limiter because they tried to roll it into a bigger update to not admit that there actually was an issue to begin with. That could have been rolled out days after we found the issue, but it took them 6 months. And that really pisses me off. It really pisses me off. And these are all things happening behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. These take me days and stuff, and I end up with, nothing. I don't have a video. And I could have easily made that video and call out that company. But if I do this, the channel is toast. I need to work with brands to keep that channel going. This is just a fact. So I need to be honest to you, but I need to refuse certain things, which hopefully gets me in the good graces with the companies going forward so that I still get jobs. For example, with that practice amp, no, they don't talk to me anymore. And I did nothing wrong. I just found the issue, didn't even talk about it online at all. I didn't even mention the name now. Nothing. And yet, for anything new, which they promised they would book me, because they couldn't even do that video, they are not. Because of course I'm the guy that, finds issues. I'm the guy that bitches about stuff. You know what? Maybe you should hire people internally that find these issues, so you don't have to send broken products to influencers. Just hire fucking better R&D people that listen to the products instead of being mad at the guy that finds it. What do I know? My phone's going crazy. This was my rant about things you don't know about products. It happens. It's okay. Doesn't make those companies bad. And I hope, honestly, because I really like Fender, that they see past me calling them out for firing people and maybe, call me again. That would be nice. Because I do like the products. And I do believe that there's some good people there. That's it from me. Bye-bye and animals at the end.